All right, so right here, after we went through the individual resistance and consistent resistance, I'm going to talk about some of the red flags for you guys to stay away from. Because once you know what to stay away from, once you know what you should be focused on, then you're not far away from being consistent profitable. So first of all, a couple red flags. If the stock has high float and high market cap, I'm talking about that if the float exceeds over 50 million and market cap exceeds over 200 million. Now, number three will be the low frequency. If the stock pattern does not happen that often, then you shouldn't be trading, because you want to trade a pattern that's consistent, happens pretty often, and that can bring you, a flow of profits. If it only happens once or twice every year, it's not really worth to go. First of all, you don't even have that much samples to track the statistics. You need 150 samples to be able to, confirm a pattern. So number four, if the stock is way too easy to borrow. Now, if you haven't seen a runner running up 100% in 3 months, and all of a sudden you see a ticker that's ran up 100%, 200%, and it's very easy to borrow. Sometimes you don't even have to borrow. You can straight short it from your platform. Then if it's easy to borrow, if it costs anywhere between 1 cent to 5 cent, 0.005 or 1 penny, because everybody can get shares to borrow, and it makes the shorting very crowded. First of all, you haven't seen a ticker that's going to be tradable for 2 to 3 months, then all of a sudden you see one and it's easy to borrow, that makes it more short crowded, and it's going to cause a massive squeeze. So this is another red flag for traders as well. And number five, you see crazy halts. I'm talking about 15, 20 halts in one day. Don't trade that. If you trade it, you are going to lose, because when the stock gets halted, it's going to be less volume going to be traded. Nobody know what is going on, and volume is pretty much everywhere. So there's no actual consistent volume because it's getting halted every 15 minutes. I will say if it's on the first green day, always stay away from the first green day. Stay away from crazy halts. The next point will be aggressive upticks combined with overstaying gap down pattern. Whenever you are using an overstaying gap down, which I will be talking about later, it's a short pattern. Basically, you are shorting into yesterday's consolidations, but most of the overstaying gap down pattern opens with the SSR. SSR is short sell restriction, and that means you cannot short into the bid. You can only short when people buys into your ask. And whenever you see a stock is on SSR, that means it's not good for short sellers. And you see aggressive upticks, that means the stock is gaining volume. And if it's a nano flow or micro flow, overstaying gap down pattern always get destroyed. So it's not profitable at all. And this is the one of the scenarios you want to stay away from. And the last one is specifically for momentum shift that you want to track separately for once the momentum start going downwards after 3 to 5 days run up. Those type of statistics do not follow the average statistics of pushing down 75%. It's really heavily dependent on where the resistance is and how much the first red day pull from the high. So building a separate spreadsheet with how much drawing percentages from the top for multi-day runner is going to be very crucial. Then you want to stay away from biotech stocks, healthcare stocks, they're the same thing, and energy stocks. So those are all the red flags for you should be avoiding, and this can keep you very consistent in the future.